Weekly.
Great.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is the Cartridge Club?
It is a game club for gamers, game enthusiasts, and what's that other word? I always get it wrong. Content creators. Yes.
Nailed it.
Yes.
Nailed it.
This is the AMP.
That's AMP. All right. This is a family show. That's a big glass of AMP.
It is.
Excellent answer. That's way better than the answer Mark usually gives. So what is Cartridge Club Weekly?
It's a weekly podcast of what's going on and who did what that week and things in the news and games that are coming out, interviews and things that you guys just want to chat about and,
Have you listened to one of these shows before? How do you
No, I hear you guys upstairs all the time.
Oh, are we that loud? Or we're very loud, aren't we?
You're very loud.
Okay. Excellent. Well, I'm Player 1 half of the Cartridge Bros, and with me tonight is not my brother, Player 2. Instead, it is he's homesick. Unfortunately, his baby Avery, who is not a hindrance at all to the success of our channel, is homesick, and he needs to be home with her. And he's not sure that she'll be better tomorrow. He actually slept on the floor last night. So, we instead of pushing it off and maybe not being able to get it in this weekend, we reached out. We asked for a guest host, and luckily, Colleen was like, "You know what? I have been waiting
forever
for 86 episodes for you to ask me to be on this show."
And today was my dream come true. Let me tell you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it only took a whole bottle of wine.
No. Not yet.
Not yet. So she's here on the show with me today. This is my wife, Colleen, otherwise known as Player 1's Shoe.
Hi, everyone.
We did a live stream. It was actually Mark's bachelor party. We live streamed Super Metroid on Twitch. It was me and him, and we had some guests pop into the chat with us. But you logged on to watch it, and you had to create a Twitch account. And the Twitch account name you created was Player 1 Shoe, which people were reading as Player 1 Shoe. But what you had actually written was Player 1's, and then the last three letters of shoe. So that sort of stuck. We don't condone that type of language in this house.
No, we don't.
So we open the show up. If you're new to the show, if this is your first time here, normally we are opening the show with a top 5 segment. We're going to skip that this week because the top 5 for this week was something that Colleen might not have been able to. She didn't have any answers. She said, "I'm not doing that. Pick something else."
What?
It was your top 5 gaming franchises or top 5 games that didn't have a sequel or were not part of the franchise. And 3 of your choices were Mario, Zelda, and Kirby.
I think it was just because Odyssey, I wanted more of Odyssey. Maybe that's why.
Right. So we're going to skip the top 5. We're going to jump right into announcements. Then after that, we're going to talk a little bit about what we've been doing. And then we'll be going into the CC Answers portion, the question portion of the show, where we ask questions from the community. And to have your questions read, you can do that on Twitter with the hashtag CC Answers. Or you can ask them here live in Twitch chat with us. When we get to that segment, we'll let you know. Just put your questions in all caps and we'll answer them there. All right, so let's start with announcements.
Announcements.
Do you have any announcements?
Announcements?
Yeah. Like club-specific announcements. So right now it's March. So what game are we playing this month for March?
Oh, that would be, give me a second, Last of Us. Love the game.
That's one of us, yeah. That's one take on the game. That it's a great game.
I like it.
All right, that's good. Maybe you should host the show.
No.
So we're playing The Last of Us for the Cartridge Club Game of the Month this month. I'm playing. I already played it previously on the PS3. I'm playing through on the PS4 now.
Oh, that's what we played on PS3.
Yeah, when it first came out. Yeah,
okay.
back when we were just a budding relationship. Hey, Joe's here in the chat. Try and stay focused.
Oh, damn. Okay.
It's not a video chat. There's no
pictures or videos or gym workouts or anything?
No.
Damn it.
He's probably at the gym listening, though.
Oh, probably.
That's where he does most of his podcast
yes,
listening.
That's right. In the sauna, maybe.
In the sauna, that's right, yeah. So he can distract himself from all the old man. So we also have Cartridge Club Portable, which is a handheld version. So if you don't have time to sit down in front of a TV, or maybe you already played Last of Us, or you're just looking for, it's March and you're just looking for a quick handy, you can jump on Cartridge Club Portable and... this month is actually, instead of having a game selected, they chose a console. So as long as you're playing any game on the 3DS, DS, or Game Boy Advance, but you have to play it on your 3D, I don't know, It was the DS family that won. So yeah, because you could play Game Boy Advance games on your DS, and because you can play DS games on your 3DS, you could choose any game from that and go over to the forums at www.cartridgeclub.org, and there you can write a small review of whatever game you chose. Curtis is going to ask some questions throughout the month. Curtis is the host of
Is that for March or April?
That's for March. Yeah,
March is already half over.
Right, yeah, but this is announcements from those who. But if this is like if somebody missed the first 2 shows, or if this was their first show, we always cover everything that's happening the whole month. The first part of the show is very boring for long-time listeners.
Got ya.
Any other announcements? Not that I can think of. If you're wondering what's going on in the Cartridge Club, if you're wondering what's new in the Cartridge Club, because every week there's new content uploaded to the website, you can go to the YouTube channel Second Breakfast right now, and you can watch. There's a weekly video comes out every Monday, and the video is called Now, and it is your snapshot of everything that was uploaded to the cartridgeclub.org for that week. Covers all the podcasts, videos, and blogs that the many content creators have written and submitted to the community. I actually do want to talk about one that is new, just submitted this week. So I saw a tweet from Hard for Games.
Oh, is that disc guy?
Yeah. So I saw a tweet for the one that we were watching. I watched like 100 of this week. Yeah. So we saw a tweet from Hard for Games where they thanked or they mentioned they had picked up some hardware, and this will roll right into what we've been up to. They picked up some display stands from a company called Rose Colored Gaming. So I saw this, and right away I was like, ooh, I'm interested in that because my stuff's just sort of on the shelf. I got, I'm using chargers and stuff like that for display stuff for my DSs. So I was like, I need to find out more information about this. So I sent a tweet out. I think I replied to their tweet, and I asked them. Now, in Twitter, I got a message from Musty Hobbit, and it was he sent me the link to a tweet from Church, the game grinder, where Church had been plugging a video by Discart, where Discart had talked about rose-colored gaming. So I went and watched. I asked for the link to that video. I got it. I went over. I checked it out right away, and I was interested in them prior to his video. Watching his video, I was sold 100%. So first off, his video is super clear, very well produced, great image on it. Like it's not like our videos where the camera's like janky and shaky and it's like 480p. It's very well done. But in his backdrop is this beautiful display of games and systems and handhelds. And so he takes the time to go through this video, and he actually has a series of collection videos where he talks about displays. And I know Dean and Scott, you're probably listening. Check these videos out because he goes through different ways that he tried to display stuff, different ideas he had, made his own stands for Game Boy carts and stuff. But he talks about rose-colored gaming, and that's what I really wanted to focus on. So I went to their website, and these guys have crazy displays for all the handheld systems for a lot of games. They're doing I do Universal Game cases right now, but they have custom-made N64 cases, and they have all N64. So Ryan, if you're checking this, you should check this out. You should check out their cases, Ryan. I'm ordering the 10 for my 10 N64 games.
So you're not going to have those anymore?
No, I'll do something with those. Jeffrey or somebody in the area might want them. But anyway, Rose-Colored Gaming, awesome. Discart, awesome. And he recently actually submitted a video to the community section on the club. So check out that video. But you won't be disappointed. But it was great because up until like last week, I was sort of feeling this funk. I was like, I don't know what I want to do with this stuff.
I was smelling the funk.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're here. I'm really, really glad you came along. I just want to make sure we're good for echo. Okay. So I was sort of like in this funk of like, I don't know what I want to do. Do I want to just scrap all the games, just go straight statues and stuff? Because I have my Amiibo display case, which I love. It looks great. And then I saw this and I was like, no, I now have this laser focus of what I want to do with the collection. I want to keep my game portion of it small, but I wanted to make it prettier. I want to display it better, So that's that.
Yeah, they even have like displays for the actual handhelds, right? Yeah, handhelds and cartridges.
Yeah, and they're like they're made out of acrylic, and they're like laser printed on them, and they're
really nice.
Yeah, so now we're going to talk about what we've been up to. So normally at this point I would say, Mark, what you been doing? So instead, I'll pretend that I haven't spent every day with you for the last 7 days, and I'll say, Colleen, what you been doing?
What have I been doing? Well, not too much. I kind of got back into Breath of the Wild a little bit. Zelda, love the game. Did some treasure hunting.
Corksies, you're really good at. So I watch you play this game a lot, like a lot. And you're running around in a mismatch of outfit.
Mismatch outfits.
You got a Boko spear on your back.
Korok seat on with
the Korok mask. You got like the rock climber pants. Or sorry, the rock climber top because you like to show those guns. You know what?
And then I got my swimmer
F-sleeves
trunks on.
and your swim trunks on. It's a weird combination of outfits. But you were running along, and you're like, we put between the Switch and the Wii U now, we've put over 200 hours into this game. And you taught me something today yesterday I didn't know, that you can actually hear the Korok, like the wind chime ones, the pinwheel ones, and you're really good at finding them. Like you're gliding off of you climbed a mountain. Which, ironically, you were like, I'm on the highest part of the world. And then as you panned your camera, there was like another mountain that towered over you right next to you. So you probably weren't.
I'm still at the top of the world.
But you jumped off and you were gliding. And as you were gliding, you were like, oh, that's a Korok seat over there. And I don't even know, because the game hadn't even drawn in that part yet. And you just glided over, you dropped, you opened the glider at the last second, and sure enough, Korok seed. Honeypots.
Honeypots.
So I don't know.
You just look for things that are like just out of ordinary and just fly there and glide there and
is that how you found me? You just looked for something out of the ordinary?
Yep. That's it. I'll do that. What else have I been up to? Loving Survivor. Watch Survivor whenever it's on.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I don't know.
I think Trevor.
There's no Trevor.
Okay, I don't watch the show.
I don't know yet, but it's really cool season this season. It's Ghost Island, so I don't know if anybody else watches Survivor, but they have all the previous immunity idols and things like that. So they come back, and whoever didn't use them or whatever, these people get to use them, and then it's just ghostly and scary and whatever. Anyways, it's good. What else have I been up to? Been on leave, so I'm on vacation for a couple days. Haven't been doing too much. Sleeping in a lot.
Yeah, that must be nice because our dogs get up at like 5:30 every day.
Yeah, but you're up, so you go to work, so you get them up,
right?
Except for today.
But what about days when we're both off? Like, let's say Wednesday, for example, when we had the bad snowstorm and I had the day off work.
Oh yeah. Well, you got up still, but you let them sleep in your bed, and you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
and so they sleep until 8:30.
The point is, I get up with them every morning.
But I'll have to get up with them for the next 6 months every morning.
Oh, you're right, and I'll get to sleep in on the ship.
Well, maybe you're P2 now, so you'll get to all your minions to do all your work.
Okay.
So yeah. What else have I been doing?
You watching Grey's Anatomy?
Yes, I can watch Grey's Anatomy over and over and over again. And we started Narcos too.
Oh yeah. Narcos isn't bad.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's okay.
And what else?
I think I liked the part where you tried to. So Narcos it's in English, like the show's in English, but some of it is in, I assume it's Spanish because they're in Colombia. And so we were watching it and we were reading the subtitles, we were going along, and there was an episode and Colleen was like, I'm done reading these subtitles. I'm just gonna switch it to English. And I was like, I don't think you can. She says, no, you can. You can change them on
in the options
on Netflix to a different language. So she went into the options, and you can. She is right. You can change them, but there's two separate headings. There's audio and there's subtitle track. So she went down to the subtitle track, and she changed it. Or did you change the audio?
No,
you changed the audio to from original English to descriptive English.
Yeah.
So as Pablo Escobar was talking to this reporter that he's cheating on his wife with, instead of it being in Spanish and then us just reading the words along the bottom, it was like, Pablo said in a smoldering voice, I don't think you understand why it is that I'm here with you instead of home with my wife. And I was like, oh, come on. And so then the response was, what was her name? It was like Valentina responded in a huff. Pablo, I'm here with you. And I was like, all right, turn that. I can't listen to that anymore.
It was great.
It was the same tone of voice.
Yeah.
So
no female, no male thing.
Yeah.
And what else am I doing? Nothing really. Watching you play Last of Us and
Bastion. We started playing Bastion.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I wish it was like you can hone in more, like zoom in more on the game though.
Yeah, it's a nice. It's an isometric view, but it's pulled back. You can pull back farther. You can go in a bit.
Yeah, but I think you want one more level in.
Just move the sofa closer.
No.
Okay.
I guess.
But that would, I mean, you'd be closer then, right?
Yeah, true.
You'd be one more level in.
And other than that, nothing.
I watched Jumanji last night.
Oh, yeah.
You went to bingo, and
bingo.
Yeah, well, that's
That's given.
that's what you've been up to every day. I watched Jumanji last night with the 2017 remake with The Rock and Kevin Hart and Karen Gillian and Jack Black, and I really, really enjoyed it. I
don't like Jack Black too much.
Oh, he does a good job though, because each of them sort of plays off character a little bit. Jack Black plays a blonde teenage girl. Kevin Hart plays like a 6'5" football player, and The Rock plays a skinny little nerd. We just got a new sub, so this is anytime.
This is not real.
No, it's a thing.
You have got this mess. No, you guys are in cahoots with each other.
No one's in cahoots.
I'm not doing nothing.
There's no cahoots. We got a subscriber, so we have to do the subscriber dance. Anytime somebody subscribes to the Twitch channel.
Is that like what Rusty does?
It's not as extravagant as Rusty's. It's a chair dance. So anytime somebody subscribes to the Twitch channel, which you can do if you're an Amazon Prime member, you can do it for free. It costs you nothing. Anytime somebody subscribes, we have to do the new subscriber dance. And Mark usually starts it, but because Mark's not here, I will start it, and then you can just sort of follow in with the new subscriber dance. Okay? So it's a little chair dance. You just gotta wiggle back and forth a little bit. Okay? And you throw a hand up in the air. All right? So you're supposed to do it too. So you got to wiggle back and forth.
Come on. You guys are in cahoots.
We're not in cahoots.
You are.
Wiggle back and forth, and then you got to throw a hand in the air, and you got to say, "You're a subscriber now."
You're a subscriber now. No,
right.
let's see.
That's a new thing. We just made that
Dance for me. Dancing.
Dance, puppets.
I'll dance.
That's
a good sub.
Yeah, that's a good sub. That's a good deal. Yeah, so Jumanji, I really enjoyed it. I want to rewatch it this weekend with you guys. I think that'll be a good time. What else have I been doing? For March Madness, I started playing Dragon Quest VIII on my 3DS. I put aside Samus Returns for now and popped Dragon Quest VIII in there.
You guys tried out the Thieves one?
The Thieves. Oh, yeah, Musty and I played Treasure Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's a lot of fun playing with people. Playing with Musty and Fitnat was a good time. It's not a game I could play alone, though. I would get very frustrated trying to sail that ship. Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, we were able to successfully sync up our weekends pretty good for Overwatch for like 4 months straight. So it's possible that it could become like a Friday night, Saturday morning thing like we had done then. But we would need everybody on board, or enough people on board to be able to play those times. It's just it's a game that you have to play with friends.
You have to sync it up.
Yeah, we have to sync up. Did a lot of that. It's a game you have to play with friends. It's not, and I'm really worried that it's going to do poorly because of the fact that it's so prohibitive single player.
What do you mean? What?
I don't think it'll sell well because playing alone sucks.
Oh, I
That's
guess,
the translation.
I guess.
But we'll try it out. It might even be fun to stream that, watching us bomb around the seven seas like a couple of goofballs.
Yeah, and get drunk and fall over and
in the game.
Yeah, in the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sea of Thieves, that comes out March 20th, I believe. Kirby, that's something we did together. We tried the demo for Kirby Star Allies 2 days ago, I think it was.
I did. I have to get the buttons down because all I was doing just making friends.
Yeah. So there's three buttons. There's 3 buttons in the Kirby game. One is jump. One is attack.
There's like 1,000 buttons.
There's 3, and one is to throw a heart at your friends or at the enemies to make them your friend. So Colleen was playing. I played the demo myself alone, and then I was like, all right, this is okay. She should try it. So she played the demo alone, and in the demo, she was at this part where she was like surrounded by these enemies, and she just kept throwing hearts. So she would throw a heart, and when she did, it wouldn't hurt them. It would just turn them into her friend, and then another one would spawn. And she just threw another heart, and she was like, "I can't stop throwing these hearts. Why does he just keep throwing it?" So she must have been just pounding the X button, and I was like,
I'm telling you,
all
kinds of people do that. Look, I'm not the only one.
I was like, just push a different button, and she was like, I'm pushing different buttons, but I mean, she just kept throwing hearts, so you clearly weren't.
You have to change it. Is there an option to change the buttons or something?
Just don't push that button.
What button is it? I don't even know what button it is. I'm just pushing buttons.
You're pushing button. You're only buttons would be like you throw hard, you'd attack, you jump. You just kept throwing.
I don't
hearts.
even know.
Yeah, so it was pretty funny. Yeah, so we'll check that. We're gonna get that. Probably pick that up tomorrow. That comes out tomorrow. Kirby. It looks easy to beat, so we hopefully won't kill each other playing co-op like we did with
Oh goodness.
with Super Mario 3D World and New Super Mario Bros. U.
Horrible.
Yeah, any co-op games are pretty much anything we have to play together as a team is tough because one of us.
One of us wants all the shiny, pretty stuff.
Yeah.
And he has to go first.
Right, but
No, don't do this.
well, we both clearly want that because when you don't get it, you yell at me.
No, because you're always in the front.
Right, because I'm faster than you.
No.
So we're gonna grab Kirby.
What are you doing?
Itchy leg. We're gonna grab Kirby tomorrow and try that. Yeah. I don't think I listened to a bunch of podcasts this week.
A lot.
Masters of Unlocking I listened to. I really enjoyed that one. They were talking about whether or not video games are a good medium for story. I love listening to Caleb and Scott talk because they're both very passionate, but they're both like Scott's like he's like analytical and he's throwing like facts out. And one of the things was like they had this article where the guy said that movies were the best medium for story. You might want to make sure that doesn't go to sleep.
Oh.
Movies were the best medium for story, and he was like, and then somebody said, movies were the pinnacle of cinema, or movies were the pinnacle of media, or something like that. And he was like, actually, gaming is like, they make double what movies make based on the box office. And he made a bunch of numbers, good stuff.
You listen to so many podcasts, I sometimes wake up in the morning and think there's like 1,000 people in our house. Because all I hear is like...
Well, that's because I put them all on at the same time.
No, I mean like, I don't even hear your voice, so I'm like, who's in my house?
Yeah, well, because in the mornings when we get up, you've been telling me for 5 years, don't talk to me in the morning, just be quiet. So I sit quietly, and in order for me not to speak, I
haven't told you to be quiet.
Because I don't talk anymore. I just listen to podcasts in the morning. Oh, we listened to SDC on the drive into work on Tuesday.
Oh, yes, we did.
What? We were listening to that, and Joe was talking about how the doctor told him to buy a body pillow instead of the CPAP mask. And he was giving Bill the gears because Bill doesn't make time to go to the gym. And he was like, well, why don't you go after work? Why don't you get up in the morning at 5 o'clock and go? Why don't you go after everybody's gone to bed? You just got to make time. You got to have priorities. And then Bill was like, all right, let's get an update on your sleep stuff here. How's the pillow working? And Joe was like, I haven't body yet. I haven't made enough. I hadn't had time. Like, you got time to make 100 trips to the gym. You can't make a stop to go get a pillow so you can sleep for a night. You might need to spend less time at the gym if you're getting a full night's rest.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, it was a good episode. There was something else that happened that we heard on the drive-in. We listened to it on Tuesday because I was off on Friday. We didn't get a chance to listen to it together.
I don't remember. Those two are just like a married couple, I'm telling you right now.
They definitely sometimes sound like a married couple.
Love them.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a Barry Game Exchange coming up in May.
Okay.
Yep. And Bill said if you want to go up, he's got a spare bed for you.
May?
Yeah, May 6th.
I'll pass.
You could fly up for the summer one while I'm gone, when I'm deployed.
I can't. What about the dogs?
You could put them in a kennel for a weekend so you can go make a Nova Scotia ice cream sandwich with Bill and Joe.
A Nova Scotia ice cream sandwich. A little twist.
Yep. I guess that's really all I've been up to. I haven't been up to a ton. Just mostly the relighting of the fire and narrowing down like what games do I want to own, like what 10 N64 games do I want to own, and that's it. What 25 NES games. And that's
you're
it.
like.
Yeah, it's my. These are my. There's a couple that are gonna go, but for the most part, these are gonna be the games that I own. That's it for those sections, for those systems. And I'm thinking about doing a video series for it. We'll see. I don't want to say that I am because then I might not. It's a possibility. It's also possible that you never hear about it again. So yeah, that could go either way. You got anything else you've been up to? Work, family,
not really.
Dogs, no.
No.
All right, we are going to roll into the next part of the show that is known as CC Answers. This is where we take questions from the community. We get them off Twitter. We get them in the chat here on Twitch.
Hey.
And we answer them to the best of our ability. So I'm going to bring up the questions on Twitter. Normally, while I'm bringing the questions up, Mark is like rambling about something and keeping people entertained. So I'm going to need you to do that.
I need to ramble?
Just talk about anything. Yep.
I don't know how to ramble.
I beg to differ.
Ha!
So if you are in the Twitch chat and you have a question for the show, you can go ahead and ask that now. Please do it in all caps so that it stands out and we can make sure we get to it. And without further ado, we're going to jump into the first question. This first question comes to us. What?
Rambling?
Yeah, good ramble. Well done. This first question comes to us from at Cartridge Bros P2.
He's haunting me.
He's haunting, yeah.
Haunting.
Avery's not actually sick. He just said, I don't want to come to the show. Can you have Colleen sub in? I'm just kidding. See, he said, of the games you guys have played together or played in the past, what is your favorite? Does Child of Light still hold the crown?
Child of Light is the most beautiful and just a beautiful game. It's still, I want to play it like now because it's just so special to me and to Sean. And it's like, at first I was like, I didn't want to play that game. It's an RPG game. And I played it and I loved it. I actually cried and cried and cried and cried because
a lot. There's a lot of crying.
Yeah. It's just so beautiful and yeah, it just hits me in the heart a little bit.
So is that your favorite game that we have played together?
It is my favorite game, yes.
It was my favorite game that we've played together. Now we have played a lot of games together, but something has bumped it off the list.
Let me guess.
Don't guess.
I want to guess.
Let me do my build up.
Fine.
This is how this works. You get your time to talk, then I get my time to talk.
Fine, okay.
This isn't like regular every day where you finish all my sentences.
Go.
We've played a lot of games together. I mentioned earlier in the show that any of them that are co-op related usually end in anger. And sometimes we'll play games where one plays and one watches, and I consider that the same thing, or we take turns. So like Mega Man 2, which I'm surprised didn't make your list.
Is that the one where I hated everything?
Yeah, that's the one where I was supposed to coach you.
I didn't. You just told me to give one.
Yeah, no, you're only supposed to give one.
Oh, okay.
I'm just giving an example. I'm giving a build-up. I'm stretching it out. I'm a storyteller, right? So Mega Man 2, which I thought would make maybe possibly be maybe could have been your top.
That was like an angry one.
Because you had so much fun playing it, and I was such a good coach. And
Okay.
and that didn't make your cut. So some games end in anger. That one, any of the Mario games we play co-op together usually end in anger. Child of Light did not. So Child of Light was an RPG. It was your first RPG. I love RPGs, and it's a gorgeous,
I know Bill doesn't
gorgeous
like
game.
RPGs, but remember, Bill doesn't like RPGs.
Right.
Remember, so he was like, we were listening to their podcast, and he was like, "Oh, come do my spell. I'm ready for a spell."
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my god.
Bill might like Child of Light because it is a turn-based, attack-based game. Sorry, it's a turn-based combat system, but it's an active turn-based system. So it's not just your turn, my turn. If you're not doing it fast enough and you have to hit certain keys, you might actually like that one, Bill. So try that. But your impression of an RPG was good. We're gonna fight now. So you stand there.
Stand there,
and
you'll stand over here.
I'm gonna hit you now. All right, now it's your turn. Now you hit me.
Yeah,
that was Bill's.
That's what we were.
That's what we were laughing
at.
Yeah. So Child of Light was my top. It was the game we were gonna use Aurora's theme for our wedding song. Child of Light was the top, but it was removed from top's place by Breath of the Wild.
I knew you were gonna say that. Why didn't you just let me guess?
Because I wanted to build up to it.
Because the honey pot.
It's a combination of the honey pots. So Colleen had never played a Zelda game, ever in her life. Had never played a Zelda game, and we got Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and I put 100 and some odd hours into it. I got all 120 shrines. I had all of the divine beasts, and I was getting ready for the final battle with the end boss. I won't spoil who it is. If you've played a Zelda game, you know. But I wanted to. One of the things you can do is you have a compendium, and you can unlock it by spending money. So I wanted to unlock all the compendium slots. So I was like, I need more money. And she was home from work one day, and she was like, I'm bored. What am I going to do? So I said, why don't you go and do this bowling mini game and just make me some cash so that I can go buy stuff for the compendium when I get home? Because she likes to bowl. So this was 6:30 in the morning. I left for work. So she said, "Okay, show me where it is. Show me how to do it." All right, cool. So she had watched me play everything up to this point, all the memories, all the divine beasts, all the shrines. She watched it all. So she started bowling. Now I went to work. Now I have I was at work probably for 8 hours or so that day.
Yeah, you were.
But it was about 10 o'clock. I got a phone call at work. And I answer the phone. It's her. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, I got a honeypot. I said, you got a what? I got a honeypot. And I was like, did you go out somewhere? Like, I have the car. I don't understand. What do you mean you got a honeypot? And then she started to get mad at me because I didn't understand. She was like, in Zelda, I got a honeypot. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. She was like, a honeypot. The little guys that hide. I found one. I got a honeypot. And I was like, are you talking about Korok seeds? She was like, yeah. When you find them, they say honeypot. And
they do.
Do it.
Honeypot. They do.
And they do. It does sound like that. So I was like, okay, that's great. I said, so you're not bowling anymore? She was like, no, I got to go. And then she hung up. I was like, I don't know what the heck's going on here. So I came home from work at 4 o'clock. So this is a 10-hour day. And I get home, and she's in the rocking chair, and the dogs are like, Mom, we're hungry. Can you feed us or pay attention to us or do anything? And I look, and there she is with the climber's bandana on and the champion's tunic and the swim trunks and a Boko spear and
probably a tree branch.
Yeah. It was crazy. It was this mixed match of stuff, and she was still playing. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "I'm hunting stuff. I'm going to find stuff." She had a bag full of lizards. She had made like 300 different dishes of food. She had collected 400 Korok seeds. It was crazy. She spent all day playing this game, and she'd never played a Zelda game before. And from that point forward, she was like, "I want to play this every day," type thing. And that was the moment for me when that game specifically, because you had never done anything like that before. So that for me was my favorite moment. And now I'll just sit and watch you. Like
you were watching me last night, and you were amazed at something I did.
You're just crazy. Like you.
I don't know what I did, and you were like, I was like, what? I don't know. I just love you. I was like, what?
You see Korok seeds from like across the map. You're like, and you're running around in these outfits, and we have all the equipment. Like we have all the gear. We have all the DLC gear. We have all of we have the Master Sword. It never breaks. We have all this stuff.
You never want me to use that.
And you're just like, you're running around, you're like, I got a tree branch, and I got this pot lid, and I'm ready to go. So anyway, the answer to that question for me is Breath of the Wild. Next question from Daniel Martinez at Electric Mastro 5. And he says, what's a game with an interesting concept, but poor execution, and you wish it was remade?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for that one.
That's okay. I do have one. There's a few that I thought of. Skies of Arcadia, just maybe refine the ship battles, but overall that game isn't bad. But the one that came to mind, immediately when I read this question, the one that came to mind right away was Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Because the premise of the game is you play as Hunk and a team of Umbrella mercenaries in Raccoon City during Resident Evil 2. And it's a third-person cover-based shooter. And this, to me, sounds great. This is like taking full-on action. You could just do waves of zombies. You could have all the different types because you're out in the city streets. You could have lickers. You could have dogs. You could have zombies. You could have everything out there. And you're a team of 5 mercenaries from Umbrella. So you could gear up. You could be really... It could have been really good. And in execution, the game just really, really shit the bed.
You're not supposed to swear.
Yeah. So that's my answer for that. Operation Raccoon City could have been amazing. Was a flop.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I don't think we were together when that game came out.
I don't know. We should start playing Yoshi's Woolly World again.
I'd have to hook the Wii U back up.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Next question is from Pam at Josila_. And Pam asks, has there been a game you were initially hesitant to try but ended up loving it?
Child of Light.
Yeah. Because you like Mario style games. You like platformers. You like cute. You like fun.
Yeah.
You Adventure Island. Mm-hmm. You like that Kirby, Yoshi, that kind of game. So
I don't know about Kirby yet. I'm kind of on the fence about that, but when I played the demo, it was good.
Right.
We'll see.
So for you, Child of Light was like, it's an RPG. It's slow. It's a watercolor painting. They talk in rhymes, but you took right to it.
Yeah, I loved it. I love it, I should say. Yeah.
For me, I'm going to say Journey. I really didn't want to play Journey.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. That's what I started this week, too.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, you stopped playing because you were bummed out.
Yeah. Dude, it was sad.
Yeah. So Journey would be mine. I was hesitant to try it. And afterwards, I was like, you know what? That was a nice experience. I enjoyed that. I can't think of any others that I was like, I really don't want to play this. And then afterwards, I was like, oh, that was a good time. Maybe Overwatch. Actually, you know what? Overwatch.
What's that other one I played? We played the scary one.
Until Dawn?
Yes.
Did you not want to try that at first?
I don't know.
Because you really liked that.
Kind of.
So, because when we played Until Dawn, you had the controller the whole time, and I just helped make decisions.
Bayonetta was one I didn't really want to play, and I loved Bayonetta.
Yep. Yeah, you beat Bayonetta.
Yeah.
I bought Bayonetta 2. I didn't even get to play it. You took it out of the case. I think I was editing a video at the time.
I played it.
And you played it straight through in like 3 days.
Yeah.
And then cut your hair like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's hot.
She's all right. Yeah, Overwatch would be one because I am very anti-first-person shooter, and that's a first-person shooter. Actually, I remember being...
Yeah, you don't like first-person shooters.
Where were we? We might have been in Greece. We were overseas, and I walked into a game store, and they had Overwatch. Overwatch hadn't come out yet. It was still pre-order. And I picked it up off the shelf, and I went to the counter, and I was like, is this game first-person or third-person? And the guy at the store was like, I don't know. So we had to look it up, and we looked it up because the art style on the cover looked good to me. I like Blizzard. I like that art style. We looked it up. We found out it was a first-person shooter game, and then it was like a team-based arena game. And I was like, I'm out. I'm way out. I'm never gonna like this. And it turns out I really, really like it.
Yeah,
I
because
like
you play with your friends, and it's fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I like Overwatch so much, or I just like hanging out with Julian and Musty and Eric.
I think
and
you like it. You're really bad at.
Are you okay?
What's her name though?
Widowmaker. I'm not really bad at Widowmaker. I try my best.
You try your best. Yes.
Why you gotta be like that? My friends are here. And one last question from Twitter, and I don't see any in Twitch, so this will be the last question for the show. And that question is, what consoles, past and present, have the same personality? This is going to be fun. What consoles, past and present, have the same personality as a Cartridge Club member? Example, is the Master System a lot like Mighty Q-Dog?
Oh.
Yeah, so right off the bat, I'm going to say that... yes, the Master System is a lot like the Mighty Q-Dog.
But how?
All of its boxes have that grid base, right? So it's very structured. It's very well organized. Not a lot of people have played with it. Those who love it a lot. That is Eric. Okay. It's all hard lines. Eric is very stern, very, very firm.
Okay.
So Eric is definitely the Master System. So which Cartridge Club member is most like the NES? This would be someone who is older, but everybody loves. Everybody, people want to constantly go back to them. Kids like them. Duke. Duke is the NES. He's a little older. Everybody loves him. Everybody has fond memories of him.
Yeah,
no one really has
true.
anything bad to say about him.
No.
Kids like him. Adults like him. People in between. Yeah, Duke's the NES for sure. Yeah. GameCube. Who's the squarest? Who's the biggest?
The squarest?
Yeah, who's the biggest nerd? But can still party because it's got 4 controller ports.
I don't know. I don't know any nerds in the club.
Ryan's pretty nerdy.
Who's Ryan?
Rocket Sauce.
Rocket Sauce.
He's pretty nerdy, but he could still party, and he's gonna be mad.
True.
He's gonna be mad that he didn't get the N64.
True,
but Ryan, he's in tech. He's he does technical support. He's got all his consoles are modded. He's a little nerdy.
I don't know them
But he can
by
still
their
party.
real names. I just know them by.
I'm gonna say Rocket Sauce is the GameCube. This would have been way easier if Mark was here.
Thanks.
I did skip N64. I skipped SNES too. So N64.
What's N64? Describe it.
That's the Nintendo. So that's the games are they look like potato-y. They're very blocky. There's a few gems that are like smash hits. Very hard to work with. The controller is very if you're good at it and you can manipulate it, you're okay. But the controller is hard to work with. It can be very frustrating. I think I'm probably the N64.
Yeah, I was just gonna say P1 is that N64. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say okay. I'm the N64. Yeah,
yep.
Difficult to work with.
Yeah.
A few hidden gems
Stubborn.
amongst. Yeah, a lot of frustration.
Yeah.
Super Nintendo. Who is the Super Nintendo? So who is the best? Who's the top number 1 all-star in the club? Mark. It's got to be Mark or Dean. Dean's the Super Nintendo. Because I'm going to give Mark something else. Dean is the Super Nintendo. He's the best of the best. He's the pinnacle. It doesn't get better than Dean. He, all of his games are smooth. He's got a sweet, sweet sound. His controller's so comfortable. Yeah, Dean is the SNES, for sure. Original Xbox, the OG Xbox.
OG.
Yeah, that's Bill.
I was just going to say that.
That's Bill.
Yeah.
It's...
He likes everything, well,
it's like, he's like, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do it, and it might not be the prettiest way to do it, but it's the right way to do it. You know what I mean? He's got the Duke controller is big and meaty, you know what I mean? And Bill's got those big arms. Yeah, Bill is the OG Xbox. Yeah. PS1 is Mark, because he thinks he's the best. He spends a lot of time like, I'm as good as the Super Nintendo. I'm as good as Dean, Look at all these RPGs I have. Look at all these RPGs. Look at, I got CDs. Woo. That's Mark. But when, every now and then he just won't turn on. Yeah, I'm going to say Mark is the SNES.
What's Musty?
Musty is the Xbox One X.
Ah.
Yeah, because he can play. Musty's going way back. Musty will go way back to OG Xbox. He'll go back to Xbox 360. He's playing the new games. He's not just going back to the old games. He's making them prettier. He's slick. He's fast. You know what I mean? He's the shiniest. Musty is the most powerful console in the Cartridge Club.
Who are we missing?
Consoles? Oh, we're missing a lot.
Sega?
So we got the Sega Genesis. Yeah. The Genesis is almost as cool as the Super Nintendo. So who's almost as cool as Dean? Somebody
almost as cool as Dean.
Almost, the games almost compare. The sound's a little rougher. That controller's a little bigger, but it's still easy to use.
What
Kevin.
About Flock of Nerds or Kevin or something?
I'm gonna say Kevin. Kevin is the Genesis, because he's like he's competing with the Super Nintendo. He's got the good library, but you got to dig for them. You know what I mean? They're not just right on top. Ramvox is the Saturn, because he's rare. It's hard.
Yeah.
You don't see them often.
No.
You know what I mean? They're out in the wild. When you find them, they're amazing. Yeah. There's a ton of consoles I'm missing here.
Okay.
The Wii.
Those are the main ones.
The Wii.
Who's the Wii?
I think FitNat's the Wii. I think FitNat's the Wii, because comics, anime, movies, TV shows, games, dice, whatever it is, FitNat's doing it. He's super casual. You know what I mean? He's laid back. He's chill. FitNat's the Wii. Yeah. Nobody has ever not gotten along with FitNat. You know what I mean? He's so easy to use. Grandmothers can just pick him up and swing him around. FitNat is definitely the Wii.
What about the Switch? The new Switch now.
The Switch. Ooh.
Yeah. Who's that one?
That's Melissa. Yeah.
Melissa's
That's Mrs.
Switch?
Q-Dog. Yeah.
Why, though?
Yeah. Because she can rock it in the house if she has to. And if, you know what? You want to go, you're on the go. She's still rocking it on the go. She's got it locked down at home. She's got it locked down on the road. Melissa's the Switch. She's slick.
You said slick 10 times.
Yeah.
True that.
Yeah. Wii U?
We already said Wii U.
No, we didn't. We did
Yeah,
Wii.
we did.
No, we did Wii.
Oh, we did the Wii.
Yeah. Who's like the Wii U? Who's awesome and nobody knows they're awesome?
Oh.
I'm going to say bass guy. Or
The
bass
bass
guy.
guy?
Yeah, Chris is the Wii U.
The bass guy.
Because he's sort of new to the club, you know what I mean? Not a lot of people in the club maybe know who he is. But he's got some sick skills on the NES. Curtis. Curtis is the Game Boy. He just keeps going. You know what I mean? He's got 4 batteries and a green screen, and he just doesn't stop. Yeah, Curtis is the Game Boy, I think. Yeah. I guess we could have gone through people and named them as consoles.
Yeah. That's a lot.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, we're hitting about an hour here, and this was a show that I didn't expect to go this long because I didn't have Mark.
Oh, well, thanks. Another shot at me.
It's not a shot. It's just because I know the wine glass wasn't going to last more than an hour. Yeah, so that's the show. So thank you for coming in and filling in for Mark. I really appreciate
welcome.
It.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everybody at Twitch who came to check it out. Thanks for being. We really appreciate.
Yes, thank you,
here.
everyone. I enjoyed myself.
If you're wondering who any of those people are that I was just naming in that whole segment there, I realized if you're new, all these names is like I don't know any of these people. This is no good to me. Check out. Go to Second Breakfast, Musty Hobbit YouTube channel. Check out now, or just go to thecartridgeclub.org and you can at least get an idea of who some of these are. the Q Dogs do a 5-minute vlog every week, so that's an easy one to start with.
Yeah, it's great. Love it.
So we are a weekly show on CartridgeClub.org, but we're not the only show. You can go there. We can get other great shows such as Polykill, Media Mavens, and Retro Fandango. If you're already a member of the club, you can go to www.patreon.com/CartridgeClub, where you can donate as much or as little as you like, and every cent donated goes to the club. I just realized this ending might not work. I'm Player One.
I'm Colleen.
And CCU Night.